When people are released from jail, they have the responsibility to appear in court. But some of these people choose to go on the run.
They go back home to mommy.
And that is when these guys come into the picture. So sit back and listen to the Off the Hook podcast with Chad and Rob.
Very fine people on both sides.
These are real stories, but the names have been changed.
What's up, guys? Rob here.
And I'm Chad. What's up?
He was stuffing his face with some coffee.
That'll happen from time to time.
Yeah, man. I usually get my coffee fixed early in the mornings.
Me too. I keep it going though.
Oh, see, I can't, man. I'll be jittery over here. I'll be climbing up the walls in the office here.
I love it.
So, Chad, did you see what happened in Florida so far with the Alcatraz?
I don't know a lot about this topic, man. It sounds intriguing, but
yeah,
I
I watched some news articles. So, of course, Fox News goes out there and talks to the governor.
Right.
And he's explaining how things are going to be working down there. So it's pretty much a facility where the criminal illegals get processed and get deported out. So, I mean, it's a great idea. DeSantis has got a great thing. I think it's great. He's in there showing, all right, we have facilities. We have showers. We have cafeteria.
Oh, I did see a clip of that. The morning guy went down there talking to DeSantis, and they had all these big air conditioner units.
Yep.
So I mean, it's very humane.
Yeah. But if you tried to escape,
oh yeah, you're a dumbass for trying to escape this place.
you got 50 miles.
50 miles
to the nearest
of just gator infested swampland.
snake infested.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But somebody will do it. We need to make a bet, Chad. See, how long before it happens?
Somebody will try it. Yeah.
Oh man. So, with that being said, I'm hoping if this works out, if some other states will follow in behind it. Do you think?
Right. I mean, you got that one sheriff that's out in Arizona, Tent City. Kind of that same.
Wasn't there a sheriff here in North Carolina? It's been a long time
Lexington.
ago.
He has it's a pink jail. Everything's pink inside of it.
Yeah.
So that's a mental strategy that he's doing. Is it makes you docile. It's a visual thing.
Are they still doing it today?
I think he still is. Yeah.
Huh. That'd be interesting to look up.
Yeah, everybody. There's all kinds of colors are associated with different things. Like grocery stores do green and yellow. They make you hungry to look at them.
Oh, and I heard something about another thing about grocery stores.
Yeah,
they put all the colorful stuff like kid level.
Right, appealing to kids. Yeah. Oh yeah. All of it's a strategy. Yeah, everything.
Man,
it's totally thought out.
Hope RFK gets in there and. And
that's one thing. So I'm going, on vacation next week. So that's one thing we wanted to do when we go to Belize City is I want to go to a grocery store. Sounds weird, but I want to go and look and see because we have so many varieties of things to go and choose from, right? I want to go in a place that's not like that. Just look,
right.
Like you said, how they're arranged for kids to look, it's all strategically laid out, but I want to go to a place that all they do is put food on shelves.
Right.
And just see how they're.
I like more of the fresh markets.
Oh yeah. I do too, man.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of fresh market. That's where I get all my coffee and, stuff. A little pricey there, but it's good quality stuff for the most part.
Yeah. That one here in town's pretty cool. Biggers.
Oh, you're talking about a little market.
Yeah.
I was talking about Fresh Market, the grocery store.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Fresh market. Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're talking about just market, like stands.
Yeah. Little farmer's
grown.
market type thing.
Yeah, that place is grown that you're talking about.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. I want to go check out our friend John. What's his name? Mullins.
John
Yeah.
Mullins. Yeah. He's got a.
I stopped by,
good thing going.
John, as a matter of fact, Saturday, but you weren't open yet. I was finishing up at the jail. I rode by and, I had to go out there Saturday. It was unsecured. Get out of free jail. It was that one from Denver that came down. And
Unsecured.
Yeah. So while I was there, I rode by John's place, and it was a little early. He didn't open until 10. I was there about 9:30. I was like, I'm not gonna wait.
Right.
But anyway,
What about Amchar? Did you get next door to Amchar? That place, man. That's the place.
I got to stay out of there because that's too expensive to just be dropping in and dropping money on a gun.
Yeah.
I'll do it. I'll do it in a heartbeat.
In a heartbeat.
Yeah, man. It's like, women get all those purses, man. Us dudes, we get guns. At least here in the South.
Yeah.
We get guns.
Man. All right. So another thing, I was at the mall on yesterday.
Yeah.
At the mall yesterday. And we had to go. I bought my girlfriend a watch for her birthday, and she had to go get it sized. So while she was doing that, I was kind of like hanging out right there outside the store waiting.
Mm-hmm.
She comes out, hey, I need to go get something else. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll stay right here. And I saw this parent with their child. It was, you could tell it was like a maybe 16 to 18 child, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
It was a girl. We're going to call it a girl because it confuses the hell out of me.
Oh, is this a transitioning person?
I think it was transitioning. It had like patches of hair right here and like some up on its lip, and had like the figure of a woman.
Why is this a thing all of a sudden when it wasn't years ago? Like, I'm not talking like, a long time ago, but 5-6 years ago, this wasn't even a thing.
I'm confused.
And now, if you can go like that easily and go, and you see it from time to time more frequently, and like it's. I think people like are such sheep that they follow things that they see on TV to this extreme that you would let your 16-year-old child change their sex with
hormone
therapy. Yeah. And not really care to put up a fight to say, hey, maybe you need to be mentally evaluated.
Well, you can't smoke cigarettes till you're 21 now. You can't vote until you're 18. You can't go into the military until you're 18. You can't drive until you're 16.
But here's some medication to change your sex.
Yeah, like, come on, like, talk to your kids. Say, hey, look, it might be cool, but when you get older, you're going to thank me later for saying, hey, no, let's not do it because, you might want to have kids one day.
Right.
And it can mess the whole body up. Kids, man, just leave the kids alone. If you want to dress up in a dress and go flaunt around, I don't care. I don't care.
Whatever.
If you want to call yourself autosexual, pansexual, and that's another thing I saw. What the hell is an autosexual?
Didn't you? Well, you looked up the definition of that.
I did. Well, I'm on pansexual.
It's another term for a narcissist.
Like you're in love with yourself.
Like these people are coming up with these terms. It already exists. You're a narcissist. An autosexualist. You mean you like yourself or something? You love yourself? Is that what it was?
I guess. Yeah. You're in love with yourself. I'm looking at pansexual.
Oh, pansexual.
As attraction to people, to any gender or to people regardless. Ain't that bisexual?
That's just, you're bi. Yeah. There's already a term for this stuff, people. You are making up words.
Maybe they're not happy with the words.
I guess not.
I'm confused.
Well, there's a particular political side that does a lot of that. I'm not going to name any names. But.
Speaking of, what about this retard up in New York?
Oh, a Muslim guy?
Yeah.
Don't y'all know what happened back in, what was it, 2001?
Yeah. 9/11?
It's called 9/11.
Like, this dude is crazy,
now y'all
man.
got a guy you want to make the mayor?
He wants to freeze rent, which that's going to seem, appealing to people who live there because they don't want to pay rent. Then he wants to take over the grocery stores and have like a government funded grocery stores.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going back to talking about at the beginning.
And they're going to do away with the cops. They're going to send social workers in their place. How is that going to work out?
Yeah.
Social workers don't carry guns.
One of the most dangerous things people go into are domestic.
Yeah. So
and you're going to send a social
so we're
worker
gonna
in
send a
there.
social
This
worker.
is where cops actually get shot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of these.
Sir, are you feeling okay today? Yeah, if you don't get your hand on my wife,
He's at a level up here when
Yeah.
you arrive, about to kill somebody, and you want to walk in and with your clipboard and have a chat. That's a good way to get offed.
Here, let me write this down for you. Here, if we can do this, you'll be just fine. 10 minutes later, he done killed a woman.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, good. I can see lawsuits galore. I can see people moving out. I can see that city going downhill real fast.
Been on the slope already, so
I know it's horrible.
really going to speed it up, huh? Go
New
ahead.
Yorkers, y'all need to think about that. Really, honestly.
I saw a meme after this news, and this guy got elected the Democrat selection, and it was a meme. Is realtors in the South, like they're getting ready for all these people that are coming
I'm telling
down,
you, they are, man. It's going. And that's another thing I'm confused about. Like, all right, so freezing rent. If you're a landlord, what do? You're just not going to get your money?
Freezing it, as in,
Like, people don't have to pay rent.
oh yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Yeah.
So the people who own the buildings are going to go bankrupt, lose the buildings,
Oh.
and they're going to step in and take it over. So communist right there.
Goes back to the city.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds like a really good plan he's
Man,
got going on.
I'm glad I don't live up there.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people has moved down here from there.
Man, my neighborhood's full of people from different areas.
Transplants.
Yeah, and I love my New York neighbors. I do. I got some I really am good friends with. But I was at the pool weekend, and there's this one New Yorker, really loud. That's not uncommon for New Yorkers, but this guy's exceptionally loud, and he's talking with his other northern cohorts that live in the neighborhood, and all he did is complain about things in the South that they don't have here that they had when they were up north. And that's, and he's so loud, I can't help but to hear him. I didn't, I wasn't eavesdropping. He's just that loud.
Right.
And I was just like, man, I don't want to hear this shit. You moved here because you didn't like something up there. And, you're going to just complain. And it just rubbed me the wrong way, man. Like, I don't like it when, they come and they just openly complain about things.
Well, I know what I don't like. They don't have really good cannolis down here. I like cannolis.
Oh yeah. Well, the food issue. Yeah, I agree with them. I love some of that northern,
Yes.
especially those breakfast sandwiches
Yes.
made on hard rolls. Yeah, but we
All right.
actually have a neighbor or a little restaurant that makes them.
Well, our advice to you, if you don't like it down here, go back.
Well, not that or make one here.
Yeah.
Make it here.
Hey.
Whip out your big New York checkbook and make a store
Right.
that has whatever it is you're complaining
Because
about.
you're saving a lot of money on taxes.
Housing, a lot of it. I get the appeal. I totally do the same thing too.
Right.
But anyway,
All right. So, Chad, enough of New York. Ugh.
it's got some cool spots, man.
It does. So our story this episode.
Yeah, what's up?
So this is a story that me and Matt did.
Mm-hmm.
And before I get this story started, we got to go into our music.
Okay.
And what better way to do it than what you have on right now?
Oh yes, Phil's birthday today. Singer for Pantera.
That's enough.
Gotta love it.
That is like the best.
It's iconic. Yes.
It's the best intro music for like to start off a song. That
Anything.
riff.
I could put it to anything. A wedding.
Yeah.
High school graduation. It goes good with anything.
Yes, it does.
Love Pantera.
So this story is for a woman out of Ohio by the name of Dana Acey. You met her.
Mm-hmm.
She reached out to me. It's been years ago. She reached out to me and said, "Hey, I got a 50,000 that's on the run down there, and we don't know where we're at." She goes, but I've got some information. Good. So I was like, all right, cool. Better than a forfeiture in a picture.
Right. Yeah. Or used to getting.
All right. So I get the file. We're looking at it. And it's one of them files where you can only do so much online. You have to actually go put some feet on the ground.
Yeah.
And go do some talking.
Yep.
So one day, me and Matt decided, we got to go up there. We take off that morning.
Where's there?
Greensboro.
So those of you listening, Greensboro is about
middle of the state.
3 hours from us.
Yeah.
3.5, something like that.
And it is actually kind of targeted between Greensboro and High Point.
Mm-hmm.
So you know where the mall is? I don't even know. I can't remember the name.
Greensboro Mall or High Point Mall?
Greensboro.
There's a few, Four Seasons, yeah.
Four Seasons, that's it.
Yep.
All right. So that's where it kind of was around.
Yep.
All right, so this couple, we're after the dude, Ted. Ted's his name.
Okay.
Ted and his girlfriend/wife, I don't know what they are, got a kid together, an older kid. They were in Ohio and then come down here because she has family here.
Mm-hmm.
And we were up there looking at the family because that's the only thing that kind of registered to them was the family of hers. So, man, we staked out places, watched, see who was coming in and out. Nobody was home. It's during the day. People usually at work, normal, people.
Normal folks, yeah.
So it felt like we wasted the day, but things started popping up in the afternoon.
Okay.
We started looking into, I want to say it was her mama and daddy finally got home, and we talked to them. And they were like, yeah, we don't like Ted. Ted's a POS.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
That darn Ted.
Yeah, and she just follows him around everywhere. I was always, taking charges out on them. They're back and forth.
Gotcha.
Typical somebody who's on drugs, thief, always getting in trouble. It's the same story. So she tells us to go look, and there's a couple places where we had to go look at. And the first place we went to, we showed up, and it was a couple there that knew them, but they told us that Ted and his wife or whatever lived in like a camper behind them, and they were causing so much trouble that they left.
Mm-hmm.
But told us what kind of vehicle she was driving.
That helps.
Oh, yes. So we're starting to get a little bit of information now. We're starting to feel better about it. We've been up there for 8 hours and nothing's going on until now. And then we tracked down her ex-husband, which lived in the area.
Oh, the exes are great.
Yes.
They'll give you everything.
Yes. And I was like, hey, what's up with this? And he was like, dude, go get his ass. I'm tired of him being around my daughter. That's what it was. Tired of him being around the daughter. Yep. And I said, okay. I said, what's up? Where do you think they're at? He goes, last time when I dropped my child off, like literally 2 days ago, they were in these little short-term rentals.
You're only 2 days behind. That's
like
great.
A condo, yes. Yeah. I know. It was awesome. I'm like, all right, cool. Here's our number. If you hear anything, call us. But we're going over there right now.
Right.
We go over there and speak to the office manager. Office manager said, yeah, she's staying there. I said, okay, so what about him? And they were like, yeah, we've seen him. He's been in and out, but he's not supposed to stay here. I said, okay, cool. They're like little townhouses, duplex, short-term rentals. Mm-hmm. So we go over there and we're watching the place, and she's not home. The car's not there. So we're kind of go get something to eat. You're kind of waiting to, see what. So we go back after we do dinner, and we look, and we see a car pulling in. And it's the car that matches the description. So nice. The wife gets out.
Yeah.
And the daughter gets out. But no Ted.
No Ted.
No Ted. So, and from what we've gathered, they're busted up. They're back and forth. So right now, I think they're busted up. Mm-hmm. That's what we're thinking.
Gotcha.
We pull up. Of course, we have everything on. It's getting dark. And we go inside the house. They're like, yeah, you can search the house. All right, cool. So we go in and we search the house, and she's like, here's his stuff. He's an idiot, blah, blah, blah. You know, right now she's wanting to help us. So I'm like, all right, cool. Where's he hang out at? Well, he's on a drinking binge right now with his homeless buddies.
Well, he's got a schedule. Let me check his itinerary.
All right.
Oh, drinking today. Cool.
Drinking buddies.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right, where's the drinking buddies hang out at? They're all homeless. I'm like, well, hell, they probably drinking some Mad Dog 2020 with next to a garbage can, probably. She was like, no, they hang out in this little homeless camp right down the road here beside a Target. I said, okay. She goes, matter of fact, I got GPS on his phone right now. It's being shared with me. I said, oh, thank you. Let's take a look. Take a look. Guess where it's at? Right next to the Target.
Right where she said, huh?
I said, I'll be damned. I said, all right, so this is what we'll do. Do not call him. Do not say anything that we're coming. I mean, it's literally a mile down the road. So we take off and we get there. We're parked and we're on the phone with her the whole entire time. We're parked in the Target parking lot.
Right.
With a bunch of other cars.
Yep.
It's dark now.
Okay.
And we're looking at this little patch of woods. You can see some trash a little bit here and there. You know, you can see like a little paths, but it's hard to get in there.
You got a good identifying photo of them?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
No mistaking?
Oh, no mistaking.
Okay, cool.
And so there was like an entrance to some houses on the left side of this piece of property. And on the right side was like CP&L or Duke Energy's, you know, power stuff. And they had a fence around it. So that's a little block of woods. You can't go nowhere. So we get out, we make a plan. Matt goes, all right, we're going to sneak up here. And I'm going to go up beside this fence, between the fence and the woods.
Okay. You
come on the other side and go through, try to find them, whatever, and see if they'll push it. We push them out towards me. I said, all right, cool. Great plan. Let's do it. So I get in there and we start crawling through briars. Man, we were cut up. And Matt's on the other side. And I'm crawling over. I'm starting to see like old tents, old tarps, trash everywhere. There's like needles everywhere. You can tell, you know. And I'm seeing people, but it's not my guy. And some people are just scattering like cockroaches. And next thing you know, I hear on the other side, get on the ground right now, show me your hands. And I'm like, well, evidently he got them. So here I go. I'm running through these briars and all this patch of woods. And I come out and dude, we're bleeding all over the place. This dude is hung up. Matt's got him in handcuffs, but he's like, he's tired. He was cut up too. Yeah. So we get back to the truck and he's drunk as a damn skunk. And he probably shooting up something. Who knows? Most likely he
being all
is.
bloody and in that environment, it's not.
Yeah. No, I was. Yeah. We were trying not to touch him. We had gloves on. So we go. I'm cleaning up, and I go meet. We call Greensboro, PD. They come out.
Okay.
And big props to Greensboro PD. They were awesome to us. They were awesome with us. They were like, hey, I called them and said, look, this is what we got. He's got a warrant out of NCIC. Here's the NIC number. Here's everything you need to know. We have him in custody right now if you come pick him up. They're like, cool, no problem. Come out. Cops were cool. They're even asking us about what we did because a lot of cops don't know what we do or what we can do and what we can't do.
Yeah, a lot of them don't. It's crazy.
It's crazy because wouldn't you think they would teach that in basic law enforcement training?
Yeah, I mean, because you're going to interact with us from time to time. I mean, it'd be good to know kind of what we can do and what we can't.
Yeah, because some places hate us, some places don't mind.
Yeah, it's really weird. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want nothing to do with you.
Well, I mean, we're a necessity that people have to be given bail.
Well,
somebody supervise all that.
The Lulu Left talk about how we take advantage of the poor minority. We're doing it just for the money. Why do you think cops do?
Why do you think they work as cops? I mean, yes, there are police officers that really enjoy being an officer. They like serving the public. They like that. They got into it for the right reasons. But
my oldest son's about to go through BLET.
They yeah, they have to have money to survive, and
Yeah, so do we.
it's a job. We're just not paid by the state. We're not paid by them. We're paid up front, which is the correct thing because, you have a person that's directly connected with you, and it shouldn't be the public paying for your
Exactly.
mistakes.
So, like our audience, it's not your responsibility to pay
Right.
for their bond.
Right.
And everything that we do is 100% on.
That's a private
Us.
transaction with us, and we're still governed by limitations, but that's between us and the circle of people that are with that particular individual who messed up. So,
Yeah.
I think that's the right thing.
Yeah.
I don't want to pay for a bunch of be released and monitored. That I don't know. You're already paying for them to be housed.
And you're paying for pretrial services. I'm not a big fan of pretrial services. I am, but I ain't. I'm like, there's certain things that they do that's good, and there's certain things that I don't like about it
Mm-hmm.
because it is taxpayer funded.
This is all a hard topic to get right, and they've tried over and over years and years to get it better and better. It's never going to be perfect.
No, the DA's office likes it, but I mean that's just because they got more tools in their arsenal to use, but it's also on the taxpayer dollar.
Yeah.
So there you go. But Ted got taken back to Ohio,
He went back to Ohio. Okay.
and Dana was very happy.
Nice.
And paid me right then and there.
Good.
We get back late at night.
It takes it out of you, man.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I think, usually like when me and you go do stuff, for the next day or two,
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll see you in a couple of days.
Yeah. You're just drained, man. You put everything into it. You're staying up late. You get up early. You're constantly looking, because you want to make it count. We're looking on the computer at stuff, and you don't want to go that far and come back empty-handed. That's a terrible feeling.
Yeah. And we got this one case that we're working now up in Jayville. Well, it's now he's a little bit closer. We're not going to say.
Yeah, we found out that one of the alphabet groups is after him.
Yeah.
Not just us. So, I think there's more to this guy than we realize.
Yeah, and it's hard, like, because he is definitely a fart in the wind.
Yeah, I don't know how he's surviving. You have to have certain things to make it, right?
Yeah, right.
Saying that he's a carpenter by trade or construction,
Yep.
and yet he has no license, no vehicle that anybody knows of that we've.
So how do
talked
you
to. How do you do that business and you don't have a vehicle to haul things? I don't know. This guy's he's a mystery.
Yeah, we'll figure it out though.
Yeah, he's really laying low at the moment, and but
He don't have much of a digital footprint.
no.
Well, that was a story of Ted out of Greensboro, North Carolina. I'm sure he's backing up Ohio now, doing his time. That was the second time he ran
Well,
to North Carolina. Yeah.
well, he likes it here, huh?
Yeah, evidently. Well, just, he's getting to follow his girl around. She ain't got nowhere else.
She
to go.
seems loyal. Here's the GPS where he's at. Go get him.
Go get him right now. Seems like to me she was trying to get it back up with baby daddy.
Who knows?
I don't care. It worked for us at the time. All right, guys. Well, that's the end of today's show. We thank you for tuning in. And, happy July 4th coming up. I hope you ain't protesting it.
Dumb if you are. I'll just say that.
Yeah. Be safe. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy your family. Have fun. Listen to some good music. Drink you a few. But have fun. Be safe.
That's
And
right,
if you need
man.
us, call us. We got
Right
you.
on.
All right, Chad. Well, happy 4th to you. We'll see you in
Happy 4th, man, and you hold it down while I'm gone.
All right.
All right, dude.
All right, guys. We'll talk to you later.
You've been listening to Off the Hook with Chad and Rob. We hope you've enjoyed the show. Make sure to like, rate, and review. And be sure to follow us for notifications for another exciting episode. But in the meantime, you can go to our website at www.offthehookbail.com to see more. So until next time, stay out of trouble, or it'll be you that needs to get off the hook. See you soon.